Hey, how's it going, everybody? Krakenol here, and today I'm going to go over Star-Lord, and we're going to go over what I believe to be his best build currently as of recording this video. Right now, I am 1.75 mil in the game. I believe I am the largest Star-Lord on server as of recording this. So I just want to break down how I play Star-Lord. Currently, we're going to go over his skills, and this is the skill tree that I like to use doing most all content right now. It's kind of hard to switch between gear sets when you're using the best pieces in the game, which we will go over his best in slots later. But currently, we're going with Space Pirate Burning Multi-Blast for target number 1. For skill number 2, I like to use the Rapid Fire Spin. Number 3 is going to be his Flame Shot skill, the Jet Boots Burning Jets. Now, I've used the Cherry Bomb Blast in the past. It technically has a shorter cooldown and does slightly more DPS, but this is a gap closer and does slightly less DPS, but it does give you the gap closing ability. And this one can miss. If you're too far away, you'll miss, and that actually would lose you DPS. Pump it up. Some people like to run pump it up in the first slot to just your rotation goes through and everything will have the crit. I like to do it right here, right before I do laser eraser. And then by the time I pump it, hit laser eraser, and start doing a rotate around, it will be back up and I can just do it over again. And that will be because of the cooldown reduction that we get in the specialization tree. There are a few other builds. Chill is a build that you can do for PvP, but it would require changing around your specialization tree, as well as getting a different gear set. And then the shock build is the least of three. There's no use for it right now. I like to do it for overnight farming, but at this point, anything will kill and farm overnight. Uh, Next, we'll go over his gear. So currently, the best in the slot is actually going to be the Sakar pieces, but I only have 2 of them because this 2 set will give you attack, then crit, and will give you plus 6 when this is all filled out to your flame shot abilities. Which, if you remember when we were over here, that is actually going to be everything. This is your class flame shot. So everything with flame shot will get plus 6. You can see here this is chill shot, and this is actually assist. So everything in your flame shot will get plus 6. It's pretty intense. Some other characters will only get like 2 abilities buffed to plus 6 when they have their ideal build. But here we're getting all of ours except for Pump It Up, boosted plus 6. Also, there's Savage Shadowlands, which is what I have on now. I actually have a 3-piece set. The defense is not nearly as good as the attack and the crit you're going to get on Sakar. You do still get the flame shot in the end to plus 6 once it's all equipped. But the supervillain damage isn't quite needed yet. There could be a mode coming that we're unsure about that will be necessary for. I also have almost all of the Midgardia set, which is going to be the chill set. I'm wearing it right now because it actually does give the attack and the crit that the Sakar does, and they rolled quite nicely, and it actually boosts me up to about 1077, and my attack and crit rate go up. So Star-Lord focuses on the debuffs. He's a debuffer. So back here, you're going to, during the burns, your increased damage received by 20%. So the boss or the mobs are taking more damage when these stacks are applied. It takes 7 stacks to get there. However, shots like this add multiple stacks. So it's not as bad, but it could use a buff by lowering the stacks slightly. Chill will decrease movement speed and dodge rate, which is why it's good for PvP. And it will freeze them upon reaching the max stack count. So you'll lock them in like an ice cocoon And shock decreases the pretty much the damage you receive from the enemy by 25%, which, like I said, it's not necessary yet. That's kind of the rundown on what Star-Lord does. He's not the highest DPS, but he provides some sort of utility. Like the burn is a very good utility for Dark Zone right now. Things die kind of too quick in Dark Zone and kind of Blitz even to an extent. But future content could prove that flame is or burn is a nice. I can't ever see chill being used on EE content, only PvP content. Um, Badges, you're going to want to focus on trying to get the attack. So you'll want double reds, or you'll want like reds and greens, so you can get crit damage and attack. So any reds and greens, I mean blues are fine too. So crit and dodge is also fine. Yellow is not exactly what you want to roll, so I do need some better badges. And then we'll go over the specialization tree. Okay, so this is where Star-Lord really starts to shine. Compared to some of the other characters, they come online almost instantly. They don't need a specialization tree, although it helps every character. But Star-Lord shines when he gets into a specialization tree, specifically because things like Space Pirate Grand Finale increases damage dealt to targets with 50% HP or below. So you'll notice when you're on a Blitz battle, your DPS, if you're watching the charts, once they hit the 3 bars, will just skyrocket. You might jump from 3rd place to 1st place almost instantly after a rotation. Uh, the Galactic Outlaw, this is what I was talking about when I said I like to put Boombox pump it up in my 4th slot, because every time you've done the 5 skills, it reduces your cooldown. See, I'm not even complete with this yet, so I am assuming it would go up to 35% once this is done. So you'll do a rotation, and by the time you do your rotation, your pump it ups all the way back up, and you'll just always have that crit damage up. Next is the Space Pirate Flame Bullet. This creates the additional explosion to deal damage equal to, right now it's 48, but it's going to go up to 60%. And again, this one will go exponentially higher as I keep increasing this skill. So this is basically just doing extra damage every 5 or 8 seconds that you're in the battle. And then this one is, these are the 4 must-haves, by the way. This is Space Pirate Tolerance Decrease. This increases damage by a certain percentage as you increase the ranks all around. So this is your flame, your chill, your shock, just all types of damage. This is your biggest power gain when you're putting points in, other than like putting points in your basic nodes. And I will show you actually. So these, you can only have 4 of these traits, which is why I said these are the 4 must-haves for doing the flame build. If I ever wanted to switch to chill, you could swap the chill bullet and the flame bullet around for PvP. And nothing else at the moment I would want to change. If you're just starting building your tree and you haven't yet got to these active perks, I would actually go for this, the Bounty Hunter first. Come down this tree and hit Bounty Hunter, because it will actually increase your status effect accuracy, so that your burn, your chill, your shock, and your actual hit accuracy exponentially as you increase. So I'd put a point or 2 in here while you're trying to go up, and then I would probably go up to my Space Pirate Grand Finale, and then down to Galactic Outlaw, and I would hit these last, while filling out, obviously, because you have to fill out all of the adjacent squares or hexagons before you can actually get there. And right now you can only have, like I said, the 4. If you want to take one of these off for another one, it actually costs these materials. I kind of hope they change that in the future. And I will give you a warning: never click this. It will use your materials, and it could change things. It could put points and take you on a path where you don't want to go. Potential, you're going to fill this out all the way eventually, but I would focus on attack and drop down and hit attack. These are going to be your biggest gains. And then I would go back and I would get status effect accuracy, because that is very important. You want to be able to land your burns, land your shocks, land your chills. Otherwise, you're not exactly doing your job in this game as a Star-Lord. For Omega cards, this set right here is farmable for PvP and pay to win and pay to play. You can just make a bunch of Omega card rolls if you're a Kraken or a Whale, but if you're free to play, this can be farmed. If you see here, you go to Midgardia Cursed Forest, and it's dropped by mainly Loki. The other pieces of the set, I think this one is dropped in Forbidden Forest off Malachi or Malekith, so you can farm this entire set just by doing that free to play. And there's also it's this set. This set right here, as you can see, I have the special cards, which you can only unfortunately get right now through draws, which cost the premium currency. So otherwise, I'd go for that Midgardia set number 4 and this Hydra Empire 2. Because you get the 2 set mixed with this one, and you get the plus attack. Now, I believe after that, Star-Lord is not the best 1v1 character as at the current time. He struggles a little bit in Dimensional Duel. However, he does not do that bad in the Omega War. As you can see, I'm ranked 38 when it's 10v10, so you kind of have some people to block for you, because Star-Lord plays like a trickster. He likes to get in and get out, and a lot of his moves put him kind of randomly. You'll use rapid fire spin, and you're either going to go left or you're going to go right. So it's kind of hard to track him. Then that's his only advantage. But it doesn't work that well in Dark Dimension. You're going to be facing characters that can pretty much outscale you on every level. And other than that, there's not much left to Star-Lord at the current time, his current build. Alright, so let's just do a quick little recap. So basically what you want to do is you want to build the Flame Tree. Like I was saying, you want Space Pirate, Burning Multiblast, Problem Solver, Rapid Fire Spin, Jet Boots, Burning Jets, Battle Soundtrack, Pump It Up, Elemental Cannon, Laser Eraser. You do not have to unlock the previous skills to get to this one. You could stick with this ability while leveling it up as you level, and then when you are able to unlock this, you can choose it. That way you do not waste your gold. Some of these are nice because you get them as their second ability and you don't have to wait long to use them. You can play with him if you plan to main Star-Lord. You might as well just unlock everything in case in the future there are buffs to chill, to shock, or different builds that want you to have everything ready. The Omega cards, again, you can farm the set 6 and then also the set 2 Hydra. And then for the cores, you're going to want your red cores for crit and attack. Then you're going to want the crit damage and the dodge. Yellows are your least important. Going forward, I'd build him the exact same way I'm building him now. And if he's your main, go ahead. Grab all the pieces you can. Level up like I did. I've got the Savage with the Sakaar. But I wouldn't focus on Hydra, that was a mistake. Midgardia, even Xandarth, if shock ever becomes a thing, I would just grab everything you can if you plan to main him and focus on getting mostly to the purple and only take things like Sakaar currently and maybe Savage Shadowland up to a 6-star. I would not take anything past a 4-star except for those two, so don't be like me, pretty much. Alright guys, and that's going to be everything for my Star-Lord guy. If you have any questions, don't forget that you can ask me down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and I will always make updated Star-Lord guides as the builds change, as they make buffs, as they make nerfs, and we will have other character guides coming soon. I also have a 1 million power Widow that we're going to make a guide on. And if there's any kind of content you guys want to see, blitzes, raids, Omega Wars, Dimensional Duels, just let me know down in the comments below and we'll get it made for you. See you on the next one.